Sami Zayn wins the gauntlet match on Monday Night Raw to earn an opportunity to challenge Gunther for the WWE Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 40. Cody Rhodes references smashing Triple H's throne in All Elite Wrestling during an emotional promo segment last night on Raw. Miro and CJ Perry have split after 7 years of marriage. A tag team ladder match has been announced for WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Plus, we've got the ratings for SmackDown and Rampage from this past Friday night. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Sami Zayn, who has punched his ticket to a match at WrestleMania to challenge for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, the road to victory in any number one contenders match is fraught with challenges, and last night's six-man gauntlet to determine Gunther's challenger for the Intercontinental Championship on Raw was certainly no different. Entering third after Ricochet defeated JD McDonough first and Big Bronson Reed knocked off Ricochet thereafter, Sami Zayn got past all of Reed, Shinsuke Nakamura and Chad Gable to punch his ticket to WrestleMania, where he will try to end Gunther's historic Intercontinental Championship reign, now at more than 640 days. Ricochet entered first and was able to take out McDonough with a shooting star press before Reed entered next and looked to be all business. Despite a surprise tope suicida from Ricochet right out of the gate, Reed quickly took control, hit a running senton and ended Ricochet's run with a tsunami. From there, Zayn looked to be in trouble when Reed had him perched on the top rope, but he was able to counter into a sunset flip powerbomb to get the victory. Reed went the sore loser route, however, attacking Zayn after the match and hitting a tsunami before leaving the ring area as Nakamura entered the match. No strangers to each other, Nakamura and Zayn traded offense and a flurry of signature moves before Zayn was able to get a handle on things, knocking off Nakamura with a haluva kick. Gable was every bit the good sport, allowing Zayn to get to his feet before their finale began, and that may have cost him in the end, as a series of German suplexes and ankle locks was not enough, with Zayn reversing the final ankle lock attempt to a roll-up to get the victory. Gunther and Zayn have only faced each other in a televised singles match once previously, with the Ring General prevailing in an episode of Raw in June of 2023. So what are your thoughts on Sami Zayn running the gauntlet, becoming the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship? Many thought it could be Chad Gable to, like Cody Rhodes, finish his story at WrestleMania. Do you think we'll still see Gable involved, or are you expecting it just to be Gunther versus Zayn at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship? And is Sami Zayn going to be the one that ends Gunther's historic title reign? Let me know your thoughts, your predictions of that in the comments section below. Now, Cody Rhodes cut a promo on Raw in an interview segment which he got pretty emotional during and referenced an infamous moment from his history in All Elite Wrestling. In an emotional Raw segment, Cody Rhodes was interviewed by Michael Cole and referenced his AEW moment of smashing the throne. First, when Cole asked Cody Rhodes why he would slap The Rock, knowing that he was indeed on the board of directors of TKO, Cody had a hilarious reply, noting that it felt pretty good to slap your boss. Rhodes would soon go on to reference an infamous moment in All Elite Wrestling. When Michael Cole queried if Rhodes could really trust Seth Rollins, Cody noted that things had absolutely changed and can change over time, delivering a line about how he himself went away and smashed the throne. Now the man who sits on the throne, Triple H, is his biggest supporter. Cody would go on to pivot to discuss Roman Reigns specifically and noted he didn't feel like there was another chance for him. He had already told fans there was next year, there wouldn't be any more deferring of his dream of winning the championship at WrestleMania 40, citing his mother, sister and wife as continued inspiration and driving force behind his desire to finish the story. Cody also wanted to bring victory to all of his fans who had been with him across his career of ups and downs. Rhodes would finish the promo strong, but noting that the Bloodline story was in the bottom of the ninth, and signaled that he couldn't wait to hear Michael Cole announce him as the winner and the undisputed WWE Universal Champion at WrestleMania 40. What did you think of Cody Rhodes' promo, and what did you think of the reaction from the crowd when he said smashing the throne? Did they even understand what he meant by that? Is that an example of the AEW audience being so different from the WWE audience, particularly the people that go to the shows at the arenas? Let me know your thoughts about that too. Now, speaking of AEW, a story came out yesterday regarding the marriage of Miro and CJ Perry, because AEW's Miro and CJ Perry are reportedly splitting up after over 7 years of marriage. According to TMZ, the two, quote, broke up once and for all, end quote, last winter, despite Miro's social media post about visiting Perry in the hospital while she suffered a severe infection that required multiple surgeries and almost cost Perry her arm. TMZ said their relationship was on again, off again for years, and they simply had drifted apart. The couple married in July 2016 after years of dating. TMZ reached out to the representatives for Perry, who confirmed the split to the outlet. Miro has reportedly moved back to Bulgaria following the couple's breakup. The couple has yet to officially file for divorce. Quote, Miro and I have made the difficult decision to separate after many wonderful years together and have decided to move on as friends and hopefully on-screen characters somewhere down the road, Perry told CMZ. Perry debuted with AEW at All Out last year and aligned herself with Andrade El Idolo before reuniting with her soon-to-be ex-husband on screen at AEW World's End. News of Miro and Perry's engagement was broken by TMZ and actually caused waves within WWE at the time when the couple was known as Rusev and Lana. Miro was the US champion at the time and Perry was romantically linked to Dolph Ziggler in storyline. Road Dogg Brian James previously said there were backstage issues and WWE officials were not pleased by the couple making their engagement public. Miro was released by WWE in April 2020. Perry was let go by the company in June of the following year. So obviously, if we get any more details on that, of course, we'll let you know in the future. Now, speaking of WrestleMania, a big title match has been announced for the grandest stage of them all, and it's almost a WrestleMania tradition to have a ladder match, and we're going to be getting one this year. The general managers of Raw and SmackDown had a big announcement for WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on Monday. Adam Pearce and SmackDown's Nick Aldis appeared in a pre-tape backstage segment on Raw to announce that undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and Damian Priest will be defending their titles against 5 other tag teams in a 6-pack tag team ladder match at the Showcase of the Immortals. The teams will be determined in qualifying matches on both Raw and SmackDown in the coming weeks, according to the general managers. The participants of the tournament were not immediately announced on Monday, but the video showed the likes of Legado del Fantasma, The New Day, DIY, the Creed Brothers, The Awesome Truth, Indus Pretty Deadly, Alpha Academy, the LWO, the Authors of Pain, New Catch Republic, and the Street Profits. So what are your thoughts on this ladder match? What are your thoughts on, again, this match taking place at WrestleMania? It is a bit of a WrestleMania tradition to have a ladder match, and who do you think wins? Because the Judgment Day's Priest and Balor were seen backstage following the announcement, and to be not totally surprised, they weren't very pleased. Priest said he had, quote, never had a problem with the general manager until now, end quote, and he and Balor went to Pierce's office. Priest told Pearce that they have already proven themselves to be the best, and Judgment Day wanted to know who came up with the idea for the match. Pearce said he and Aldis were having a conversation with The Miz and R-Truth, who seemingly came up with the idea. This further angered Priest, leading to a match between the Money in the Bank briefcase holder and Truth later on in the night. As I mentioned, as of this recording, the first qualifiers for the match at WrestleMania have not been set, but who do you think is going to participate, and who do you think is going to win the match as well? Let me know your prediction when it comes to that. Now let's talk about the ratings for SmackDown this past Friday, because as one would expect, a big hyped up segment between The Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Many people were wondering how many people tuned in to watch the show on Fox. Now WWE is taking big strides on the road to WrestleMania 40, with the latest edition of SmackDown offering up even more big moments as the company's biggest stars get set for the biggest event on the calendar. But how many fans tuned in to see the latest stop of this journey? Well, according to WrestleNomics, the March 8th edition of SmackDown once again increased in viewership with an overall average of 2.439 million viewers, a 4% increase from the March 1st edition of the show, which averaged a total of 2.348 million viewers. When it comes to the key 18 to 49 demographic, SmackDown also saw an increase in that number as well, averaging a 0.69 rating, an increase from last week's 0.64, an 8% increase that is, while the company has drawn a marginally larger audience since last week compared to where the company was at the same point in 2023. SmackDown has seen an overall increase in 3% from March 2023 in terms of average viewership, and 9% when it comes to the key 18 to 49 demographic. So certainly year-over-year growth for the blue brand on Fox as we get closer to WrestleMania 40. Now, when it comes to the quarter-hour ratings, these come courtesy of WrestleMania, so shout out to them and be sure to subscribe to their Patreon service. Now, the show began with a total of 2.537 million viewers who got to see Logan Paul reveal that Prime would be the official canvas sponsor of WrestleMania 40, but it was a moment that was ultimately cut short by Randy Orton, who gave a vicious RKO to Paul's good friend KSI. Viewership would steadily drop by 322,000 people between quarter hours 1 and 6, but that number would rise back up with a total of 614,000 tuning in for the last half hour of the show that saw the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins make their WrestleMania 40 tag team match official. Quarter hour 8 ended with 2.829 million people watching, garnering a 0.82 number in the key 18 to 49 demographic, which equates to 1,087,000 people between the ages of 18 and 49 watching at that time. As you can see in the quarter hour ratings right there, those last two segments well above the last 90-day trend when it comes to total viewership, as well as the 18 to 49 demographic, particularly when it comes to that in-ring segment. What are your thoughts on that, and how do you expect this one to play out as well? Are we going to see more segments with The Rock, with Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins and the Bloodline going longer to boost up the numbers, or is this kind of what you expect as well? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. And finally, speaking of ratings, we also have the ratings for AEW Rampage on TNT last Friday night as well. Rampage on TNT drew an average of 364,000 viewers with a 0.13 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. Now, certainly it is an increase from last week in all of the key metrics really for AEW. The episode versus last week is up 6% in total viewers. Last week had 344,000 viewers. When it comes to the 18 to 49 demographic, a significant increase for AEW. Last week drew a 0.10 rating, which is of course now actually it's up 30% from last week's number, this 0.13 rating as well. When it comes to the quarter hour ratings, once again these come courtesy of WrestleMania, so shout out to them. As you can see, quarter hours 1 was certainly in line with what we've seen over the last couple of 90 days. Same with quarter hour 2. When it comes to quarter hour 3, the Penta El Zero Miedo versus Action Andretti match kind of dropped just below the 90-day trend and then finished up also below the 90-day trend for that Brian Keith and Commander versus Top Flight versus Private Party and the post-match of Action Andretti as well. So let me know your thoughts when it comes to the ratings for Rampage this past Friday too. But there you go, guys. Latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and I'll speak for you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.